Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lesson 6 of the New York School of Design's Intro to Digital Design. My name is Vidal Cyperly Valencia, and I'm a fashion designer here in New York City. Next is that occasionally you will need to do additional sketches of tops, and this is more exclusive to tops, that represent what is happening with the sleeve. And so as you can see here, we have my top. It's clear that it is sort of like a dolman type of top where it's one continuous piece. But if I was looking at this as a person who was about to produce the garment, or if I was looking at this as a buyer or someone who was trying to purchase the design, I wouldn't necessarily know what was going on. And so that is why you would want to also be developing a sketch that looks something like this, where it's showing you what's happening with the cuff. It's showing you what's happening between the front and the sleeve. And so a really quick way to do something like this is actually to utilize the ShapeBuilder tool. And your Croquis probably has some guideline like this in terms of presenting additional sleeves, sleeve sketches, or what's going on with the arm. And so we can actually just go ahead and take our pen tool, and we can just draw what we think this should look like. And so we're going to go for something like this over here. And I'm just going to draw the shape, and I'm just going to make something pretty loose like that. Now, if I can take this, and I can take this sketch, as you can see, the whole thing is grouped together. I'm going to ungroup it for a moment. And I'm going to select this where's left side of the body. You can see more of it is also still grouped together. I'm going to ungroup that. I'm going to grab the part of the body, as you can see, which is this whole section here. And I'm going to click it, and I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to also select my new drawing that I did, and I'm just going to go over here to the ShapeBuilder tool that we've utilized, and I'm just going to connect this as one piece. And so now, this is the new shape that I've drawn. And we can take some of these parts apart. You know, we can remove some of these shadows. You can see that this was not included, and we can just delete it because we don't need it anymore. We can take this line away. And we can now utilize our direct selection tool to just refine this a little. We can delete some of the points using the point deletion tool. We can go in here and adjust the curve to look like something that makes sense to us. And we can also clean up here in terms of just deleting some of these points and making sure everything's looking right. And so now if I wanted to, I could just make sure this is looking to scale. That way it's looking relatively the same as the other side. And I could take my various cuff elements and just re-rotate everything. I want to adjust this curve as well. And you can see we are now getting to something like this over here. And so we can just go ahead and copy some of these elements back that we moved away. We can utilize the pen tool, or we can draw some new stitch lines, or we can take our direct selection tool and go ahead and just delete some of these areas that don't need to be here anymore. Oops. And also keep cleaning up some points. And we can copy these over. And copy that from the, utilizing our eyedropper tool, we can copy the stitch line. We can take then copy the stitch line, and then it will follow. And of course, we need to make adjustments to things like the arrangement to make sure it's all looking like it's in the right order of things. Again, there's always a lot of moving pieces to this, but you can utilize the ShapeBuilder tool and also the pen tool in order to draw additional views of a sketch that you need to.